So I gave you a few tips for those who are not married yet. Now I want to talk about a few things that we can hopefully implement in our lives after marriage. So number 5, we need to recognize that difficulties and differences in our marriages is a reality and is something that is normal. You know, we have this idea in our minds before we get married, and sometimes on the honeymoon, we think that this is the way it's going to be for the rest of our life. We're in this kind of blissful state where it's fun and it's happiness and you're traveling or whatever you're doing in your honeymoon phase, and you think this is the way it's going to be. And then you get back home and the reality of life sets in. And it soon dawns on you that, you have differences. You're going to discover differences in your spouse. And I would say, this is my opinion, I would say that this phase, the post-honeymoon phase of marriage, is the second most important phase in any marriage. The first being that phase where you were getting to know each other. Because that's where the real assessment took place. And that's what led you to be where you are now. But it's this post-honeymoon phase where you're going to discover things that you didn't see before. Because now you're living with the person. You're with them on a day in and day out basis. And so they're going to have idiosyncrasies. They're going to have certain things that they do that frustrate you, that you don't like, whatever it may be. And you're going to have clashes. You're going to have disagreements. I will say this is completely normal. My advice, commit to working through it. Work as a team together. Don't give up at the first signs of difficulty. And a lot of people do this because they have this idea in their mind that marriage is just bliss. It's just happiness. And the first signs of trouble, the first signs of difficulty, that's it, I'm done. I want to get a divorce. No. Work at it. This is something that you're in it for life. You're not going to connect on everything. You may not even connect on a majority of things. But what things are really important to you? And where can you make compromises? Make compromises, make adjustments. And I did this in my own life. My wife did this. We figured it out. We spent 5 years doing this. And guess what? When you do this, as difficult as it is, it's worth it. Because what you're doing is you're building the foundation for your marriage. And if you don't spend time doing this most important step, then guess what? If you're blessed to have kids, those kids, while they are a blessing, they are a tremendous responsibility. And the time and the energy that you have to pour into those kids is going to take away from the time and energy that you put forth into your marriage, into your relationship. And so do it now. As soon as the honeymoon is over, figure it out. Talk, negotiate, compromise. Build that foundation. And the benefits that you will get are priceless. Because if you build that solid foundation, and then you bring children into a solid foundation, that's what you're building your family upon. And if the foundation is weak, the family's going to be weak. Everything could crumble later on. Because kids, when they come, they're going to bring stress. That's just reality. They're going to change your entire schedule. Your sleeping patterns are going to be disrupted. So do that hard work now so that when the difficulty comes, you guys know that you're good. You're solid. And you can show a good example to those kids. And those kids can grow up in a very healthy environment.